All right, so legs out straight on your mat and rub those legs, get the blood flow coming into them, rubbing up, rubbing down. And rub the outside of those legs, rubbing with your fingers. So you stimulate a bit of circulation, go under the calves, and then take those thumbs down the inside of the leg, of the shins. And then on those kneecaps, give them a rub, rotating them one way, rotating them the other way. Rub at the outside of those legs, and then over the tops, and then thumbs down the inside. And then all the way down, bending your knees. Bring your tummy button down towards your thighs. And bring those armpits over your knees. Keeping your feet and knees aligned. Push the right heel down a bit. Push the left knee down a bit. Sorry, push that right knee down. Push that left knee down. And then push both knees down. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to those ears, back and down. Roll them up to those ears, back. Roll them down. Roll them up to the ears, roll them back. Put the hands on the floor, breathing in. Breathing out, push off those hands, push that chest up high, straighten those arms. Take that chin all the way up to the sky. And then bring that chin all the way down into the chest. And take that chin all the way up into the sky. And all the way down into the chest. And then bring those eyes to horizontal. And turn your head all the way to the right. And pull your chin all the way down into the chest. Looking down towards the floor on the right. Pull that left ear away from that left shoulder. Pull those shoulders back and down. And then swing that head through to between your legs. Bring it back up to horizontal. Turn it all the way to the left. And then pull that chin down to the chest on the left. Pull that right ear away from that right shoulder. And then lifting it back up, bring it round and in front. Pulling those elbows together, lifting that chest up. Slide those hands onto the legs and then roll yourself all the way down. And bring those toes up, hold onto your feet. So bend your knees a bit and put your hands over those feet. Fingertips into the arch of your feet and push those toes away, stretch through those armpits. And then lifting yourself up nice and tall. Release those hands, roll those shoulders up to the ears, put them on the floor, lift that chest up, bring those eyes up to the sky, and bring that chin all the way down into the chest again. Turn the head left, feel the stretch through the right side, turn the head right. You get more stretch when you start with the head low than when you take it round and then tilt down. Bring those eyes back to the middle. Bring those eyes all the way up. Push that chest forward. Push forward onto the front bottom. And then bring your eyes to horizontal. Release those hands, put them on the legs. Roll them all the way forward. Bending those knees. Put the hands over the soles of those feet. Push those toes away. Push those knees down. Flex those feet back. Stretch into those calves. All those toes using the ball of the hand down towards the shins. Using the ball of the hand, pulling down. And then pushing on the top, pushing the toes away. All away. And then pulling them all the way back again. And then lifting yourself up to vertical. Rolling those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Left hand on right knee, right hand behind and turn. Lift that chest up, lift the head up, looking over that right shoulder. And then back round to the front. And put that right hand on the left knee. Left behind and turn the other way. And then come back round to the front. Bring those arms up in front of you, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering down to the floor, pushing that pelvis down to flat. one vertebra at a time, all the way down onto the floor. Reach those arms all the way over the head. Push those fingers away from the toes. Reach those shoulders up towards the ears. Stretch through that torso. And then slide those shoulders all the way down towards that waist. All the way down, breathing in. Breathing out, bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Breathing in. On the out breath, push those hands up, push that spine into the floor. And then pull those shoulders down, pushing in the floor, lifting the spine up. Push those hands up, pushing that spine hard into the floor. Let the shoulder blades slide around the side of the ribs. And then pull those shoulders back and together. And bring those arms out wide, back to the hands to the ground. Squeezing those shoulder blades together, lifting that spine up. Lower back's just following the middle back, breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms up, push that back into the floor, push that spine down. Reach those arms up. Bring those arms out wide, back to the hands to the floor. Squeeze the shoulder blades together, lift that chest up, breathing in. Breathing out, lift those hands up. Push that spine down. Breathing in, bring those hands out to the floor, squeezing those shoulder blades together. And then release, slide those hands all the way down to level with your legs, bring them above the legs. Chin into the chest, rolling yourself all the way up to sitting, all the way up. Hands on those legs, rolling them all the way forward, reaching to those feet, stretch through that spine. Breathing in, breathing out. And then bringing yourself up to vertical. So if we always grab your roller in, if we always start with that same little routine, then it embeds in your head and hopefully you can start to come and do your own little warm-ups without the videos and things. So leaning on the bottom ribs, make sure they're on the bottom ribs to start with this roller. So breathing in, breathing out, push the chest up, let the head go down. Flaring these ribs up, and then bring that chin up, sit yourself up. Move that roller a tiny bit, breathing in. On the out breath, push that chest up. Let that head drop down. And then lift that head up. And move that roller a bit more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push that chest up, let that head drop down. And then lift that head up. And then move the roller a little bit more. Breathing in. Breathing out, push that chest up. So even though the roller is up the top, and if you look at the dynamics, it's easy to stay sloped up towards the roller with the torso. Get those ribs higher than the roller. So you're on the downward slope with your head on the back of the roller. I don't want your neck to be the high point, still want your breastbone to be the high point. Okay, lifting that head up and that bum up. Roll that roller down towards those bottom ribs, all the way down. Roll it all the way back up towards the neck. And then using your feet, push it all the way down to those bottom ribs. And then lean onto that left side, all the way down, all the way up. And then back in the center. And then leaning on that right side, all the way down, and all the way back up. And then back in the center. And then leaning on the left, and going all the way over onto your left. So if you want to bounce your bottom on the floor, that's fine. If you want to support your head, that's fine. But aiming to try and get that underneath arm nice and straight on the floor. Rolling that roller through to the bottom ribs. And then sitting the bum on the ground, just rocking forwards and backwards from the bottom ribs, forwards and back. And moving that roller up towards that armpit. all the way down, all the way up. Try and keep your head, oh sorry, try and keep the head close to the arm. So we're still arching over the roller. We're not at an angle straight up like a ski ramp from our bum. Okay, rolling it down, rocking forwards and back still, rolling that roller down towards the waist, all the way forwards and back, and then sweep that roller by moving it and just shimmy it, do what you need to do through those lumps and knots and things. And then start to lean over onto the back, all the way up, all the way down, all the way up. And then go all the way onto your back. Let the head come down as much as you can. So when you're rolling it, breastbone's trying to stay higher than the chin. So you're arching all the time. So it's easy once you start to move it to end up going flat again. So you've got to be curving over it still. Curving over, trying to get that head down, bum down. And then roll over onto that right hand side. And then all the way up, all the way down on the right hand side. All the way up, all the way down, and then we're going to roll forwards and backwards. So trying to keep that head down. So even if you've got your bum on the floor, you can still take your head down and be arched over it. So I can still move the roller, I can push it forwards and back. So I'm pushing off this elbow, pushing off my hip, and I'm buckling my body up, as opposed to staying like that and being straight. So rocking forwards and backwards. Rocking forwards and back through here. Through that armpit area. Good, so I'm using my legs, lift my bum up, move my feet. So again, I'm light on the roller, and then we're going to roll the length of the ribs there. So again, I might need to move my legs in order to keep the thing moving. And then rolling over back onto the back, support the head if you need. All the way back. All the way down. And all the way up. And then rest your bum on the floor. Have that roller in the middle of your thoracic spine. Take hold of the head, breathing in. Breathing out, lower that head down as you push those ribs up. Try to get the head on the floor. Try to bring those hands in prayer above your nose. Try to take the tips of the fingers to the ground. Try and straighten those hands away. Reaching those hands away, pushing that right hand away from the waist, and then pushing that left hand away from the body. And then pushing both hands away. And then while they're both pushing away, straighten out both those legs. Reach and stretch. Feel the fascia stretch through the underneath of the ribs. And then bring those hands back in. Take hold of the head, bend those knees, bring those feet back in. Roll that roller through that spine a little bit more just to finish off having stopped there. And then gradually bring the chin up into the chest and bring yourself up off that roller. Good. Okay, feet on the floor. Leave the roller where it is. Slide those hands down towards those feet. Stretch yourself out forward, bending the knees. Just gently do it, but try not to bounce. Try and just stretch through, reaching all the way down. Breathing in, breathing out. Pulling the armpits towards those knees. And then push the knees down to the floor one at a time, right then left. Reaching and stretching through that back. And then sit yourself up nice and tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, roll them round, put the hands on the floor behind. Lift that chest up forward. Bring the chin to the sky, bring those shoulders back. Breathing in. And then bring that chin down into the chest, take the hands away, put them on the thighs here. Pushing the back, the upper back backwards, stretching through that neck. And then bringing those eyes to horizontal. Grab your roller and bring it round. And we'll just move it out of the way for a little bit. Okay, so just don't put it miles away, just put it parallel to the mat. So legs are out strong, so have your rope on your legs if you want, because we're going to roll back down. Hands on the legs, rolling all the way forward. Rolling all the way forward, reaching and stretching. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Bring those arms up into the sky, breathing in. On the out breath, slowly, so pushing the hands there, so we're going to work more on the core now. Slowly take that back all the way down, even pressure, pushing down here, I'm pushing down, and my lower back's going down to the floor first. Lower back, lower back, lower back, middle back, upper back. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Reach and stretch them out on the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms up high, chin into the chest, lifting yourself, rolling yourself up. So push the lower back into the ground, push that down, and then release. So just watch me for a second. So I'm in this position trying to get up, but instead of taking hold of the rope or using my elbows, I'm going to push here, down, and my shoulders lift up, and then I release. I push here, down, shoulders and upper back lift up, and then I release. Push here, down into the floor, this part lifts up, and then release. So take your arms all the way over the head, reach and stretch, and we're going to do just that. We're going to do 5 of them. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms up to the sky, point them down towards the toes. Breathing in. On the out breath, chin into the chest, lift your head off the floor, and then breathing in. On the out breath, push that lower back in the ground, lift the shoulders a bit more, and release. Push that lower back into the floor, and release. So keep the head up, push that lower back into the floor, and release. Push that lower back into the floor, and release. Okay, release down, stay flat, bring those arms all the way over the head, push those hands away, bring those arms up, point them towards those toes. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that head up and point the feet, hands towards the feet. So lift your head off the ground, point your hands to the feet. Hold it here, breathing in. Push this lower back into the ground and lift a bit higher. Right, good. And then lower down to flat. Release that neck. Roll the shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Bring those hands up, point to those feet. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that head and shoulders up off the ground. Hold it here. Now push that lower back into the floor. Lift those shoulders higher. And then release to the shoulders. Release down to the ground. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms back over, pointing to the toes. Lift that upper body up. So when we lift the upper body up, I'm resting on the flat bit of my back, my shoulders, and my middle thoracic. So it's easy to say I can't do any more. So now I'm going to push here, push the waistband into the floor, and I create the curve of that upper back, and then I go down to flat. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Right, we're going to do 3 more of them. Bring those arms all the way back, point to the feet, lift the shoulders and upper body up a bit. Yeah, good. Breathing in. On the out breath, push that lower back in the floor. Lift the shoulder blades up and then down to the floor, head down all the way over with those arms. So this is a progression. It takes weeks to get this better. So we just got to chip away at it. Bring those arms all the way up to the sky, point them to your feet, breathing in. On the out breath, lift that head and shoulders off the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, push that lower back in the ground and start that lift. And then lower all the way down to flat. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Right, last one, and we're going to make more of an effort to go just a little bit higher. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms all the way over, pointing to the feet. Breathing in. On the out breath, lift that shoulders and head off the ground. So I can stay here quite comfortably. Then I'm going to breathe in. Breathe out, push that lower back, and this time continue all the way up to sitting. So push that lower back into the ground. Yeah, and let go of the rope sooner. Good, and then come all the way up to sitting, reaching those feet. And then sitting all the way up tall. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Put those legs straight. Put the hands on the floor behind and lift that chest up. Okay, so one, right, so rest off those seat bones. Now one roll, so slowly roll those shoulders forwards, up to the ears, back and down. Make a big range of motion, small and controlled. Forward, up, back, down. Count the numbers of the clock face in your head. Bring those arms up in front, hold them horizontal to the floor. Breathing in. On the out breath, lower that back down to the ground, pushing that lower back into the ground first. Pushing that lower back into the ground, slowly, slowly, slowly. Then bring those arms, so push harder now. Bring those arms all the way over the head. Once you're on the floor, reach, stretch. Breathing in. On the out breath, bring those arms all the way up to the sky. Push that upper body up off the floor. Push that lower back into the floor and roll yourself up. So just, if you're going to use your rope, just pull here. Just pull now. And then let go. Let go sooner. And then reach to those feet. Good. Okay, well done. And then sit yourself up tall. Right. Do you want to just jump your mat around so the fireplace end is further away from the computer, then you won't have to turn your neck so hard to look at the screen. Yeah, right, sit up tall, left hand on right knee, right hand behind and turn. So I have my mat slightly angled, this feet end is slightly closer to the screen. And then turn the other way. Okay, bring those arms up in front, breathing in. On the out breath, lowering down again to flat, pushing through here, pushing through here, pushing through that pelvis. Get those bottom ribs on the ground first. All the way down to the floor. All the way down, slowly, slowly. Hands on the ground, head on the ground, roll those shoulders into the floor, push them down towards those feet. Breathing in. All the ribs are on the floor, lower back is slightly lifted. Put your hand on your pelvis, feel your pubic bone, feel the bony bits on the side of your pelvis. Make sure that's horizontal. Drawing in that core, lift that right knee up, bring that knee in, hug it into the chest, pull that knee in. Keep that tailbone down so that we're stretching in from a neutral spine position. Bring that knee in, close that joint. Bring that knee across the body. Take it all the way to the floor on the left-hand side. Take that right hand away, turn the eyes right, stretching through the chest, breathing in. Breathing out, push that hand away. And then rolling onto that left-hand side. Support the head with the underneath arm. Take hold of this top foot, pull the pubic bone forward. Pull that knee back. Pull that right knee behind the torso. Push that right foot into the right hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Push that right foot into that right hand. Release that leg. And then lengthen that leg further behind the body. Further behind the body. Breathing in. Breathing out, release. Roll over onto your back. Pull that right knee in towards your chest again. Putting that right knee in and then take hold of the right foot. Turn that leg. Bring that left leg in. Rest that right foot on the left knee. Push that right knee away. Pull that left knee towards. Turning that leg, holding that leg in stretch. Push the knee in towards the hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Release that leg, the left leg. Release the right foot, pull the right knee in, and then pull that right leg all the way over the body again, pushing that right hand away, turning the eyes right. Follow the hand with the shoulder, and follow the knee with the hip. Push that knee and shoulder away from each other. And then roll back onto the back. Let that right leg go out straight. Bring that left leg in. Neutral spine, tailbone down. Ribs are all on the floor. Bring that left knee in. Pulling that left knee up. Breathing in. Breathing out. Pull that left knee all the way over the body to the right hand side. Push that left hand away. Turn the eyes left. Follow the hip after the knee. Follow the shoulder after the hand. Push the hip and shoulder away from each other. And then roll over onto that right hand side. Support your head with your underneath arm. Bring your pubic bone forward, pubic bone, tummy bottom, breastbone aligned. Take hold of that top foot. Roll that shoulder back and down. And then push that top foot into that top hand and lengthen through the front of this hip. Pushing that foot into the hand. Breathing in. Breathing out. Lengthen that leg away. Stretching through that. Stretching through the front of this leg, stretching through that hip flexor, putting the pubic bone forward, pushing that foot away, breathing in, breathing out. Release that leg. Roll over onto your back. Bring that knee up into your body again. Bring that leg all the way over your body again, moving that left hand and pushing that left hand away, pushing that left knee down, breathing in, breathing out, reach that left hand, and then rolling back onto the back, putting that left foot up with the hands, and bring that right knee in, left foot on the right thigh, pulling on that right leg, pushing that left knee away, breathing in, breathing out, rotating this thigh, stretching this hip. Push that knee into the hand once we're in a place of stretch, breathing in, breathing out, release that push and pull the right leg in further and push the left leg away. And then release that right leg, release that left foot, pull that left knee in. Pull that left leg over the body, turning the eyes left, putting the left knee to the floor, breastbone up high, breathing in and breathing out. And roll back onto the back. And send that left leg away, arms overhead, reach and stretch. Breathing in. Breathing out, bring those arms up to the sky, bring them down by your side. Slide your fingers under your bum and push up onto the back of your head and your bum, pushing off those elbows, stretch that chest. Breathing in, fill those lungs up with air, spread those ribs. Breathing out, squeeze those shoulder blades together. And then release down to the floor. Bend those knees up. Roll those shoulders into the floor, slide them down. Okay, neutral spine. So top ribs, middle ribs, bottom ribs are on the floor. Push the tailbone into the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, we're going to do heel taps. Right leg, lift that up towards your head. Lower that down, keep the knee bent. Tap the floor and lift. And lower. And lift. And lower and lift, so no movement in the torso, and lower. Okay, left leg, lift that left leg up so the knee comes above the hip, lower the leg, so the knee stays at 90 degrees all the time. Lift that left leg and lower. Keep the shoulders down and back, lift and lower. Two more. lift, and lower. One more, lift, and lower. Lift that right leg up, hold it here. Lift that left leg up, hold it here. Lower that right leg down and bring it back up. Left leg and up. Right leg and up. Left leg and up. Both legs. Keeping the knees bent, tap the heel on the floor and lift. Keep that neutral spine, draw that core in strong. Let both legs down and lift. Don't let that lower back lift up. Roll those shoulders into the floor. Push those upper arms in the floor. Breathing in. Breathing out. Drawing like you're stopping yourself having a wee. Lower both feet to the ground. Gently rest them there. Lengthen that right leg out straight. Bring that right leg back in. Lengthen the left leg out straight. Bring that left leg back in. Bring both legs back up. Lower both legs down. Both heels to the floor. Slide both legs out straight, opening through those hips. Drawing in that core, clench, bring both legs back in again. Bring both legs back up. You should not feel this in your lower back. Lower both legs to the ground. Lengthen both legs away. Clench with the bum, bring both legs back in. And bring both feet back up. And lower both legs down. Take both legs away. Lengthen the body. Bring both legs back in. Bring both legs back up. Take hold of the knees in the hands and hug those knees into the chest and release. Loosen that lower back, lift that tailbone up. Scrunch up and release. Scrunch up and release. Bring that nose to the knees, so bring the head off the floor, holding onto those legs. Now take those arms past your legs, so they're parallel to the floor. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Good, having those legs at 90 degrees. Lower that right leg to the floor and bring it back up. Lower that left leg to the floor. Bring it back up. You can put both hands behind your head if you want. Keep the head up. Lower the right leg to the floor and back up. Lower back slightly lifted. Lower the left leg to the floor and back up. Okay, both legs to the floor. Both legs down and back up. Good, two more. Both legs down and back up. And one more. Both legs down and back up. Okay, both legs are going down. They're going to rest on the floor. Slide both legs away to straight. Feel your hips open and your lower back stays in its neutral position. Bring both legs back in, rest them by your bum. Right, slide both legs away. So feel the stretch in those hip flexors. Slide them away, clench the bum and push into those hip flexors and feel that tummy engaged. Push your lower back closer to the floor. Bring those legs back in. So your lower back should not change position in regards to the floor. Straighten those legs out. Lengthen. Good. Bring those legs back in. Bring those knees back up, feet off the floor. Take the arms and hug the knees into the chest. Your head up, keep your head up. Strengthen that neck. Bring those knees back in. Now you can release your head onto the floor. Relax those legs. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Take those arms out like a scarecrow. Pull the shoulders down to the waist. And then drop the knees to the left. Eyes turn to the right. Stretch through that side. Put your left hand on your right leg. And just pull both those legs down to the floor. Breathing in, breathing out. Bring those legs up to the sky. Pivot them on your feet and roll those legs all the way down to the ground on the right. Put the right hand on that left leg, turn the eyes to the left, and pull those knees down towards the ground, pushing them away. Stretching through that torso. And then release that top hand, lift those knees back up. Drop those knees over to the left, pulling them down. Push that right hand away, breathing in. And then lift those knees back up, drop them over to the right, turning the eyes left. Hands on those left thigh to pull that down. And then bring those knees all the way back up. Take those arms down to sort of 45 degrees. Roll those shoulders up to the ears. Lift the right leg straight up in the sky. Push the tailbone down. Lift the left leg straight up in the sky. Tailbone down. Take those hands on the legs and reach up those legs and release. So to reach up your legs, you push your back into the floor and release. Yeah, push and release. Push, so use your legs to pull and release. So this is going to help you roll up in that sit-up. So rolling up, push your lower back in the ground and down. Right, so your tailbone stays on the floor. Move your feet away from your head, and then that will help lift you up. Okay, just watch me for a sec. If as I pull, I let my legs go like that, my tailbone comes off the floor here, and I can't get my shoulders any higher because gravity's pushing backwards. So I've got to keep my legs vertical or away from me. So I've got to use my muscles in my legs and my bum. So I'm going to push up my legs, so I tense my bum and keep my legs strong. And then I come down, breathing in. On the out breath, pushing my legs. So I'm kind of pushing my legs away like that, so it will bring me up. But at the moment, we're just using that core. So the legs are straight, hands are behind the legs. So breathing in. On the out breath, pushing that back into the floor and lift. Pushing the back into the floor and lift. Pushing the back into the floor and lift. Two more, back into the floor and lift. Okay, so you're letting your legs move, you're letting them come here. You've got to use your bottom to push as if you're pushing your legs down, which helps you lift up. Okay, so we've got to, with some of these exercises, it's not that you have not got the muscle, what you haven't got is the technique. You haven't got the mind-body connection for the action that we're trying to achieve. So, and it's all from lying flat, because when you lie flat, the tendency is to just cement oneself to the floor. So you've got to create these other techniques. So put the legs up in the air. So if you wanted to sit up and you have your legs there, you can swing yourself up. So let's do that. Let's have the legs up in the air, put the hands on the floor, breathing in, bring those feet over the head and roll, and you'll sit up. Yes, right. Now we're going to do it without putting the elbows on the floor. So hold behind the thighs here. Hold behind the thighs, sit up tall. So this is called rolling like a ball. It's a Pilates exercise. Lift those feet off the floor, sit up tall, collapse that back and roll, and then roll back up to sitting. So we've got to get that lower back rounding more exactly. Right, so sit up tall, breathing in. On the out breath, collapse the pelvis, roll, and then come back up. Yeah, so what we don't want to have happen, which you're not doing, but you're nearly doing, is we roll and we stay on the flats there. So we've got to keep that, we've got to collapse the back and roll and stay rounded with that back. So when you come up in a sit-up, you've got to stay rounded. When you do a reverse curl, it's rounding the back. So we're rounding And I'm pushing my legs away into my hands. Push your legs towards the sofa, but hold on to them. That's all right, one more time. So if you push your legs towards the sofa, but you hold on to them, you create tension, and that helps you come up. Okay, so one more time. So breathing in, feet are off the floor, breathing out. So it's momentum. Let yourself swing, feet go towards the fireplace, and then you roll back up. All the way down. Yeah, exactly. Perfect. So that is the beginning of a sit-up, but you're not using the momentum when you sit up. So let's roll back down to flat. So this exercise that we're doing here is encouraging the body to be able to lift up, but we're using the tension of the legs. So my legs are not like blancmange just flapping around. They're staying rigid. They're like the fence post. They're like the rope. I'm pulling against the rope to come up and down. Pulling against the rope, but I've got a hold of my legs strong. Yeah, that's it, and then come down. So we've got to create the bend in that lower back for you. Yes, keep those legs still. You're still letting them bend in towards you like this. So if they bend, it's like the rope being an elastic band. It's not going to help you come up. Or the sofa moving towards you. You've got to lift and release. Okay, one more. Lift and release. Bend those knees down. And then relax, pull the knees into the chest. Take those feet over to the floor, slide them away, take those arms above the head and make yourself straight. Reach and stretch. Breathing in, push the right hand from the right foot. And then push the left hand from the left foot. Pull those shoulders away from the ears. Bring those arms up to the sky and bring them all the way down by your side again. Bring that neutral spine, so drawing in that core, bring that right leg up into bent. Bring that left leg up into bent. Put those hands on the floor. Straighten or have the knees a bit soft. Now using the floor with your arms, you're now going to roll from the other way. So we're going to take those feet, pushing off my arms and curling and lifting the bottom off the ground. So breathing in, lifting, but I'm pushing into the floor with my arms. Keep those shoulders strong. So this is a reverse curl. We're curling from the opposite way. So pushing off those hands, lifting the back off the floor, the lower back. Okay, 5 more. 5. Try and go a little bit higher each time. 4. Keep those shoulders down. Keep that head down. 3. And ease it back down. 2, so that's the same tummy muscles. 1, and release. Hug those knees into the chest. Pop those feet one at a time onto the floor. Straighten those legs out, opening those hip flexors. Bring those arms over the head. Reach and stretch those hands away from you. So now when we come to rolling up, bring those hands up to the sky, chin into the chest, push that lower back in the floor and rolling yourself up, reaching towards those feet. Reaching towards those feet. Yep. All those toes towards you, stretching through those calves. Stretching through that back, lift yourself up to straight. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Bring that left hand on the right knee, right hand behind and turn. And then round the other way, right hand on the left knee, left hand behind and turn. Pop those hands on the floor behind, pull those shoulder blades towards each other. Lift that chest up high, straighten through those arms. Lifting that chest up, pull those knees into the floor, pull the toes to the nose, breathing in. On the out breath, clench the bum and lift those hips up high. And then lower that bum down to the floor. And then put the hands on the legs and roll yourself forward. Bring yourself up to vertical. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pop the hands on the floor. So make sure your feet are on the mat and your hands are on the mat. Right, you've got to stay straight. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Straighten those arms and lift that chest up. Pull those knees into the ground. Lift the toes up, bring them to the nose. So you lift yourself up by pushing your feet in the floor and clenching your bum and lifting that up. So the body becomes more like a load of javelins. So we're breathing in on the out breath. Push those feet down and bring those hips up. Keep the knees straight. Good, hips high, and then lower all the way down to the ground. And then push off those wrists, roll yourself forward so that you release your wrists, release your back. Come and sit up straight. That was really good. Okay, do it again. Hands behind you, roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Push off those arms. Breathing in, lift that chest up high. Breathing out, pull the knees into the floor, bring the toes to the nose. Breathing in. On the out breath, feet into the floor, lift those hips up, push the hips higher this time, higher to the sky with those hips. Imagine I've got a rope around your bum, and then lower the hips to the floor. Push off, get those hands off, move those wrists so you have a break, rolling forward while you're doing that. Sit yourself up nice and tall. Okay, last one. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, down and back. Pop those hands on the floor, breathing in. On the out breath, lift that chest up high, pull the toes to the nose, clench with the bum, breathing in. On the out breath, clenching with the bum, lift those hips up, push the feet in the floor, lift, try and get your crutch higher to the sky. Push the pubic bone by tensing the bottom. And then lowering all the way down to the ground. Hands on those thighs, roll yourself forward. So we got it also, I didn't mention there, we need the shoulders back and down. So as you lift up, you're trying to pull your arm around behind. So as you lift up, you don't let your shoulder come forward here. You keep it here, back. So you're popping, you're trying to, as if I've got hold of both arms, pulling them towards each other behind here. So you're popping your torso up off your shoulders. Yeah, let's try one more now. You've got that. Good. So you can have your hands, I have my hands outwards at the moment because my wrists don't like the other way. So I'm pushing those upper arms towards each other, breathing in. On the out breath, toes to the nose, knees to the ground, breathing in. On the out breath, push the heels down into the ground, lift those hips up and push the chest up as if you're popping it up. Clench that bum, good, lift, 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 one more lift. Good, lower down to the floor, hold on. Hands on those legs, roll yourself all the way forwards. Yeah, be gentle with that. When you're doing shoulder circles, sit yourself up tall. So our shoulder joint is, we've got a ball on the end of the arm, which my ball is all jagged because it's arthritic. Your ball is going to be jagged because it's 30 years older than mine. So, or 25, whatever. So you need, by going really aggressively, you're just not being very friendly because it's like sandpaper on all the stuff. So just gently roll it up and around. You know, you've got ligaments, tendons, just do it gently, nerves all going through there. Much more achieving by doing it slowly. Okay, sitting up tall, left hand on the right knee, right hand behind, lift and turn. And then come back to the front. Right hand on the left knee, and the same with this, turning gently. Lift that chest up, take the breastbone round, tummy button round, each rib round. Push off this right knee with that left knee, sorry, with that right hand. And bring yourself back round to the front. Roll those shoulders up to the ears, round and back. Let the arms join in. Bring those arms all the way up high into the sky. Sweep the floor all the way up, hold those hands above the head, reach those fingers up tall, drawing in that core, pulling the knees to the floor, breathing in, breathing out, release those arms, rest them on the legs, and roll your shoulders. Excellent.